Before he fled the store, he fired one shot into the ground and then came this way. Officers chased him all the way to those dumpsters right there. Homeowner Neil Spike says it only took 4 hours for his front yard to be completely submerged knee-deep in water. LCM has a bus driver shortage that's causing students to be 10 to 15 minutes late for class. Coming up at 6:30, find out how you can help. But the second man who was hit traveled across the yard, across the street, into the lot across the street, right over here. You see the Bruins crew getting their season started off with a bang. Ready or not, it's almost back to school season, and one local group is making strides to help low-income families start brand new this school year. The owner, Punar Basisandi, tells me because the city shut her business down yesterday evening, they lost 75% of their daily profits. This is what happens when you get 10 inches of rain in 2 days. The showers have turned Neil Spike's yard into a river.
I was surprised because it ain't never came up this high. Not this much. They done flooded, but this here done got outrageous here.
Homeowner Neil Spike says it only took 4 hours for his front yard to be completely submerged knee-deep in water. Water got so high it was several feet deep inside of his home, soaking furniture and filling his appliances with muddy water. But his biggest loss came when floodwaters from nearby Little Cow Creek killed many of his chickens. With half of his livestock gone, he was out of thousands of dollars.
It's happening so fast. If I knew it was going to happen this quick, I'd have came and got my chickens, put everything up on the side of the hill where it's kind of still dry.
Spike sold those chickens and used them for food. Thankfully, he still has 50 animals left. He sticks around his saturated home to make sure his remaining chickens, dogs, and horses remain safe.
I heard them chickens crowing this morning. That let me know something was still living out here.
And he hopes this is one of many positive signs as he and his family continue to battle rising waters and strong currents. In Burkeville, Rhyan Henson, 12 News. There are many eating options near the intersection of Concord Road and Lucas Drive in Beaumont. But there are also no grocery stores, something that Beaumont native Herbert Andrews says needs to change. Last year, he had a stroke in the parking lot of the H-E-B on Lucas when it was open. To his disappointment, when he got home from the hospital, the store that's 15 minutes away from his home looked as it does now, empty.
We need a store right here on Lucas Road, where we've been having one for years.
He says it's hard getting across town to another grocery store because that stroke left him fully handicapped. Now his only wheels are on his walker, forcing him to pay people to take him to the H-E-B on College Street or the Walmart on Dowling Road.
You get a ride, you save somebody $25. You go in the store, you make your groceries, then you come back. You ain't got no ride. Your ride gone, so what you supposed to do then?
Charles Lamel was born and raised in Beaumont, and he's angry that city leaders continue to develop the west end while the north part of town, where many low-income and elderly families live, struggles to get the minimum. The 68-year-old wants the entire community to come together to fix the problem.
But if we don't stand up, it'll continue to go on. You don't kiss a rattlesnake, you cut his head off. And we got to pull together as a community, not as just black people and white, as a community.
Herbert says the community deserves another grocery store to replace the H-E-B that closed down last year.
The situation is that we stuck in between a rock and a stone, and we don't know which way to go.
Texas Parks and Wildlife game wardens are still searching Lake Sam Rayburn for clues as to what could have caused the crash that left Casey Thibodeau in critical condition and killed Todd Cross, both of Orangefield. Texas Parks and Wildlife Warden Justin Eden says both adults had a daughter on board, and it was the girls who notified law enforcement of the crash. Eden says the crash left this hole on the side of Mud Island, which he says has been the scene of 3 crashes already this year. Ashley Hayes comes to the lake with her family often. She has her own theory on what happened.
There's a sandbar down there and you can barely see it. I was here 4th of July and the sandbar is like right underneath the water, and I just felt like that's what it was.
She and her family were camping on the banks of the lake as many first responders were coming to the crash scene.
We seen the boats all in the water. They had the lights shining everywhere. People were coming down here checking the campsites. I'm assuming they were checking to see if anybody was missing.
Eden says many use the southern part of the lake for recreational activities. That portion of the lake also has a lot of small islands.
People come up here to the lake to have fun, have a good time, but not realizing that it's very dangerous. Every summer we at least have a few drownings, have some major accidents.
The warden says there is no curfew or speed limit on the lake. He and Hayes urges visitors to use caution.
Just be safe. Don't do nothing stupid. Don't go too fast at night, especially at night you can't really see.